Hey, everybody. We are back for another episode of Remax Facebook live interview, The Voices in Real Estate. This live interview will take place every weekly for viewers in the real estate industry to learn and become better real estate agents. Within Remax, we believe in strength in numbers where people are open to share their experiences and knowledge with others so Remax agents and the rest of the industry can better serve our clients. So today's topic is expanding your business network with Pam Stadnik from Remax Treeline in Langley. Actually, I think she's more than just in Langley, but I'll get her on the screen here to let her explain that part. Hey, Pam.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Aside from some tech challenges we just experienced, but we got through it. We're here, we're alive, and yeah, excited to have you here on the show here. And maybe, oh, I think I see Keith right behind us here. A little, but that's okay. Everybody knows him. So maybe give yourself a little bit of an introduction, because I guess not everybody on the live stream here is probably not with Remax. Some of them are not with Remax, so. Maybe you give yourself an introduction of how long you've been with in real estate and so forth.
Okay. I started real estate 16 years ago. I was at that time married to an RCMP, and we did a lot of relocation and moving around, and I enjoyed the looking for houses and buying houses, and I thought, this is kind of fun. I might like to try this. And had 3 young children, and so when we moved to the Lower Mainland from Prince George, we lived in Abbotsford, and I decided I'm going to do real estate when all my kids are in school full time. And I decided Remax would be the only company I would go with because I like the brand and I like name brands, and I didn't know anybody, so I figured I better go with a company that is the best in my mind, and I feel that I would have the best networking with. Considering that a lot of my clients move from province to province or city to city.
Right. And actually, you brought up a really good point there. It's, I guess, when you're associating yourself with, groups of people, and we're in the service industry, so it's all really about relationships and people. You want to choose you want to choose a place where you have a community, a support, right? And that's something a lot of people don't really look at when they're choosing, a brokerage or a brand. It's the people that are inside the brand. Because ultimately, you can develop relationships for, ultimately referrals and connections and things like that, and even just sharing knowledge, like what we're doing here, right? All of those things add up, and it matters. And also, so this episode is more onto the building your network. So referrals and building network is probably goes hand to hand. And so I just want to kind of pick your brain and see, because I like to start with why. Why do you think it's important?
Well, I found it important because everybody has a niche or can have a niche in this business, whether you are going to do relocation or you're going to do a network with realtors, or you want to do specific condos or just farming, whatever you want to do. But my big thing is I really wanted to service people who relocate and make sure that they find a community that they live in, not just a home, because it's an entire family that's moving. So my big thing was, how do I increase my knowledge of realtors across Canada so I can support my clients better and support their clients better? So the reason I went to Remax and the reason I decided is I wanted to go to conventions and meet people and meet realtors and meet like-minded realtors, so that my clients, when I send them off to somebody else, or when they want to send me their client, we both feel comfortable that they're going to get the same quality service.
Right. Actually,
so
that's very
why
true.
Mm-hmm. So that was important to me. So
I see. Well, you do a lot of you go to a lot, like you said, you go to a lot of conferences and conventions and things like that. But you not only go there, right? You when you go there, I see that you kind of put effort into planning and things like that. A lot of the good stuff. And a lot of people, when they go to conference, they go, "Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, or how am I going to start talking to people, or I feel uncomfortable just approaching somebody." And all these things go through people's mind all the time when they go to conference and networking. So, what do you do when you go? Like, do you normally have a plan, or do you? What do you?
Yes, I have a plan. When I first started and I started going to conventions, I would seek out companies in different towns that I didn't have a connection with, so that I would reach out to them and say, "Hey, are you going to convention? I'd love to meet up. I don't have a realtor in the area, and I need to make sure I have a connection in this place." So a lot of them actually, I convinced them to go to convention because they weren't going to go and they didn't see value. And so knowing that they're going to meet another agent to do what I do, they went, "Wow, that's kind of cool." So I would seek out other agents when I get there. "Oh, I don't have one in, say, Terrace, or I don't have one in Fort St. John." So I really would reach out and try to find specific people. Then after I was going on a regular basis, and you have to go all the time. You can't just show up once and think you're going to have referrals. You have to build relationships. So now you go year after year and you meet the same people and you have the same fun and the same connection. Then you try to meet more people. So one of the things that I do is I have a couple realtors that we do for each other, is that we have to what do I want to say? We go and we start mingling, and we say, "You have to find me 3 people I don't know, and I will find you 3 people you don't know."
Oh,
And then they'll go grab somebody and they'll say, "You should use this person. They're really great." Because I trust that person, so I would trust what they brought to me. So we do that on a regular basis. And then as I started doing that, my partner, Keith Setter, my husband now, 4 years today. It's our anniversary.
congratulations!
So, thank you. And so what we would do is now we host pre-activate parties or pre-parties. So we host a party the night before, and Keith does most of the planning on that. He's really good at doing getting hold of the hotel or a pub and the money. We spend somewhere around $5,000, and we host a pre-party. We let everybody know, and everybody comes a day ahead, and we have, sometimes it's dancing, but there's food and there's drinks. But people love to mingle and get comfortable and see all their friends again, because we are a big friends family. Everybody loves seeing each other. So we have so much fun doing that. And then we get that fun out of the way so we can get back to work the next day for the conference. So that's something that Keith and I do, and people look forward to it and plan ahead. And it's been good for us.
Yeah, it's and I see that you guys do that. I've been to a couple of conferences now that I've been with Remax for almost 3 years myself. So I always see
Yeah.
you guys have organized events, which is awesome because it gets people together, especially right before the conference. Everybody get together and kind of start the conference that way. It's pretty unique, and even as of recent, with all the COVID going on, you've kind of organized something different virtually and you want to kind of talk a little bit about that and kind of get people together that way too?
Dan Gonin from Arizona and I started the Activate site, so that everybody can get excited and go. And because it was canceled this year, we decided to start having Activate Zoom parties. We call it Social Hour. So it's been fun, and people all across Canada and US join us, and it's keeping people connected because we can't go to Quebec this year. So we want to stay connected because it is important. If I don't understand if you're in the Remax business that you don't take advantage of the conventions and the referrals, because some years 80% of my business can be realtor referrals. And it's important that they understand that I'm helping them find a community, not a house. And so the realtors need to know that their client's safe and happy and looked after. So we need to stay connected even though we can't go to convention.
Right. And actually talking about conventions and what's going on nowadays, and hopefully things will go back to, I guess, some sort of normal at some point. And how do you feel about, the difference between meeting people in person and I guess through Zoom nowadays. It's because I mean we're limited, but is it in terms of building relationships? What are your thoughts in comparison between the two, live in person and kind of in Zoom?
Well, um, Keith and I are lucky this way that we've built a big network of relationships. So when we go on, it's great seeing everybody again. But if you were new doing this, that's why we are encouraging other people to do it, and we are reaching out and getting other people to meet. So it's a little harder if you can't get face to face. So I'm finding, sorry, I need some water. It's kind of harder as a newer agent to start networking online, I think. But we're trying to create a fun zone and to do that because it is harder when you're not face to face. I mean, we really look forward to conventions. It's a big deal for us. It's part of our plan for the year, right? It's tough not having it.
Right. It is tough, even for myself. Even though we're the organizer, it's tough for us not being able to connect with everybody there too. Because if my opinion on that in terms of connecting in person and connecting through online, I guess in this case, is that especially for people that haven't been to conference much and you want to take an initial step of meeting people, it's tough to do it online, and it's usually people that you already know. Then you can continue on to that relationship, talking online and going on Zoom groups and things like that. But if you're newer, it's tough. Like if you're at a conference, you're there with everybody. It's easier, right? Somebody introduce you to another person, like you just did. Like you mentioned, it's easier that way. But
yeah, my office probably somebody in the office. We have about 115 realtors. I would say probably once a week, if not twice a week, some realtor in our office is asking me for a realtor somewhere. And I think they're really missing out, but they come to me, which is bonus for me because then I just let the realtor know I gave them a name, so it still thinks it comes for me. So I still, they know I think about them. Good at connecting people to people, and it's important for me to do that because if they're going to send somebody to, say, Ottawa or Prince George or somewhere, I want to know that even their client's being looked after by my referral person. So yeah, it's good. So it's we're trying real hard to have that activate party probably once every 2 weeks so people can get online and meet people. So anybody out there, come join us and go on the Activate site. And
actually, it might be a good idea, like after this episode, put the link, the Facebook group link, just as a comment below, so people know exactly where it is and where to join and things like that, right? So that'll help.
But that's just the only stipulation.
You just have to be with Remax.
Yeah.
So if you're not with Remax today, you can join Remax first and then join the group. I guess. Backtrack a little bit. You mentioned like relocation and things like that, and we had this brief conversation about it. Something you really kind of stayed in my mind after that conversation is how it's not about just about helping, how you help people. It's from it's not just about the transaction part of it. So you want to kind of talk about that part of it? Because I thought it was great.
So I took the relocation course with Remax a long time ago, but so they call it the trailing spouse and they call it the whole entire family. So when, say for instance, the husband's being transferred and the family's coming and you've got, eye-rolling teens and they're not happy, or, the wife's nervous, doesn't know anybody. So it's my job to find them a community and find them a lifestyle that the whole family is going to be happy with. Like, for instance, if the son plays football, you say, does your son play football? Yes. Does he want to go to football school? So you should know the schools that play football. Not all schools play football. The daughter dances. Where are the dance studios? Maybe you want to go to the Fort Langley Fine Arts School. So there's lots of things you want to do. Is you want to encompass the whole family so when they move, they're happy, because the person that's relocating will know people. They always know people. They already feel like they have a home, but you need to find them a community that they're happy in. It's not about the house, not even close. You find the house after you find the community.
Right. And that's something we all should be mindful of because it's really beyond the transaction. And we talked a little bit about that last week with Christian there too, right? It's also about doing the little things that you help do to help people. It's the intention, your purpose, your intention really makes a significant difference when you're dealing with clients because what you do, like finding the community school and helping the little things. It helps them feel confident of what you do, right?
Well, they
Whereas,
also
yeah,
buy a house usually within 3 days. And I always say to them, don't expect to find your dream house in 3 days. You're just going to buy the best of the worst. Just make it fun, because if you think you're going to find your dream house in 3 days, that's really tough. So that's why let's find where you'll be happy and then we'll find the house. I mean, then they got to try and negotiate and all of that within a week. So,
right,
3 days, find the house, they do all the stuff, right? So, yeah.
right. So I mean, at the end of the day, everything is about trust, right? And how do you? And I guess not every for you, it might be a little bit, or you yourself and Keith, it might be a little bit more natural in terms of communicating with people, but not everyone's like you guys. So how do you build that relationship and trust? Like, I mean, yeah, you meet somebody at conference for the first time, and you talk about different things, but how do you continue on with that relationship and kind of start building that trust?
Well, Well, we add the value, like Keith was just saying. He's helping me here. We add value by letting them know how we do service, just like I explained to you. And so, staying connected through Facebook, we Instagram, we send out calendars to those specific people. We reach out, private message, say hello, so we sometimes send handwritten note cards, whatever it is, just to stay in contact. And yeah, that's basically just make sure to keep that relationship going.
Right. So there's a couple good tips here we just went over. So if anybody going to conference, make sure you have a little bit of a plan going
Mhm.
in there. Just don't go in there and drink and don't remember a thing, and the next day just repeat. Right. Have a plan and have some fun activities, like you said. Have people that just kind of introduce three other people. Right. So that's kind of a good plan to go with too. And
That's a good
second.
one we did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one, and of course, put some effort into it. Building, networking at conference, you have to be out there and pushing yourself, taking that initial step.
One big thing too I recommend is if you're going to go there with some people from your office, don't hang out with your office. Don't hang
Yeah,
out with your best friend all the time. Say, you go, I'll meet you later. Or, you have to meet, if you're both going to meet the same people, who are they going to use? They're not going to choose, right? So you want
yeah,
to go
they have to choose.
because I see people coming to the conference and they just hang out with their own office and you go, that sounds counterproductive. But maybe they're just there to have fun. But I'm there trying. I have a background as a teacher. I just try teaching people things all the time. I have a degree as an elementary education. I just treat everyone like students. Teach them, help them.
That's good. You need to have that patience part of it too if you're a teacher. So yeah. And I guess the last two tips that you did give is that, just when you're looking after people, show them that you truly do care about, their, what they do and things like that. It's really beyond even just referral when you meet somebody. It's about the little things, right? It's just don't always be mindful about the next transaction part of it. And
I'll tell you a quick funny story that I did. Because relocation can be so stressful, they need to make a decision on which house to buy. I took the children to the zoo and to dinner at my house so they could go for dinner and have a couple hours to make a decision. And you know what? That goes a long way. And the realtor that they referred it to me went to their realtor and said, I can't believe what she's done. And I said, well, that's just, how can you make a decision with 3 children? Like, I know what it's
yeah.
like. I live that life. So, if you can do just something little extra because you care.
Well, that's exactly it. Because even if you've helped them find a house without doing the little stuff, all they remember is you did your job because you found a house. But those little things they will always remember is rather than just the house itself, because that makes them feel like, you actually care about them, right? So you
And
took the
don't forget
time, you're
about
not
them.
rushing them.
They're your clients for life, so don't forget about them once they moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last tip we kind of talked about is, make sure you follow up with people. Don't just meet them for the first time and never talk to them again. And kind of set out a plan. Just give people a phone call, send people a video. Right? It's simple stuff like that. It's not even difficult. So, but a lot of people don't follow up. After the initial meeting and things like that. So follow up is important and very critical. So we're coming down to the Remax hustle tip part of this.
Okay.
Just want to know what Pam's Remax hustle tip will be for our viewers.
Let's see. I wrote down so I didn't forget. Some of the biggest things I find is it's not just relocation or about referrals, but if you do get a referral or you do get a phone call or an email, answer it right away. Be prompt. It's very important because if someone wants to use you, they want an answer. They want to know that you're going to be on top of it right away. So if you can't get on top of the call or the email, how are they going to think that you're going to be on top of looking after their client? And be extra sharp when you're using a relocation. I find it's different. There are different emotions, and just be there for them. So those are some of the tips that I have. And right now, I would just say I have a COVID tip a little bit. Is be there for your community. Let your clients know that you care. Support small business. Be there for them. And I'm finding it's been really cool that the small businesses seem to be busy now, because we're really trying to promote, the small stores and the people. They have a livelihood. So yeah, that's sort of my tip. Just make sure you answer your phone calls and get back to people right away.
Yeah, and actually, that's true. Make sure you answer your phone calls. I realize a lot of people, because of the text message and things like that, they don't answer their phone calls, and it's important when someone, and especially these days, because if it's not important, they probably would have just texted you, and if it's important, they probably call you
Yeah, and
for a
say, is
reason.
it okay? Is it a good time to talk? You
Yeah.
know, 'cause, you never know what they're doing. But yeah,
And even if you're kind of busy, pick up the phone and just say, "Let me call you back," or something like that, right? Just something that would work quicker, and people respect that. And at least you picked up the call and you answered them, right? So
and the
little
last one
things.
to say was, and Keith helped me with this one, because he really does believe this, is that we are an essential service, and that we need our people to know that we're emotionally mature adults doing an essential service, and we're really looking after our clients. Because some people in the community might think that we shouldn't be doing what we're doing, but we really do. People do need to buy and sell for whatever reason. So just be emotionally there for everyone, because we are an essential
Yeah.
service. So,
And it's all
yeah.
about communication, right? And how you present it and how you communicate with your people to get them better understanding that you're truly helping them because they need a home, right? That's as simple as that. Because a lot of
Well, there's so
people,
many reasons, right, why people have to move, and yeah, it's
what
scary for
happened if I sold my home, right? I need a home. I need a place to live. It's simple
yeah.
things like that. So, well, thank you for being on this episode. I truly appreciate it, and also I guess thanks Keith there too.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. So you asked where we work. We work the Fraser Valley, which is Langley, Surrey, White Rock, Abbotsford, Aldergrove. Kind of that whole encompasses area. So just anybody know, I'm here for you.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Bye, everyone. Thanks
Bye.
for having me.